Hi, this is Bill Frank reporting from the League of Women Voters first forum for the United States House of Representatives candidates, the 26th District of California. And I'm joined by a very special guest, David Maron, who was the moderator of this particular forum. So first of all, hats off to you. Congratulations for moderating 4 politicians at once. That takes quite some skill to be able to do that.
Thank you, Bill.
The first thing I have to ask you is, this is the League of Women Voters. You are a paid volunteer of the League of Women Voters, but you're a man. So talk to me about that.
Well, let me clarify. First of all, I'm an unpaid volunteer. There is no money in this. I happen to have joined the League back around the year 2000. The League is open to men, and it's been that way for many years, but we've just kept the name League of Women Voters. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization. Part of our mission is to increase voter awareness and to make sure that they have access to information to make informed decisions. Part of the way we do that is hosting forums like this today, where we invite candidates in. We also have a website, smartvoter.org, where voters can go and learn information about individual candidates as well. So it is open to men. Membership's very affordable, and we'd certainly like to see more men join and support our efforts.
Well, that's good to know. Now, you were in a unique position. You were in the catbird seat. You were in the front. You got to see all of the candidates. I want to ask your overall impressions of this first forum. What did you remark? What did you take away from this first forum?
Well, I think all 4 candidates did their job of introducing themselves to the voters, making clear their positions on some issues, and also talking in generalities about their philosophy as far as the race. I think each one is dealing with this new political dynamic, which is the open primary. In the past, the League and others would do a Democratic primary or a Republican primary. But now we have all candidates invited, and we hope to have them all at the future forums, where it's not just the Dems or just the Republicans. So I think each one is trying to identify who their voters are and appeal to donors and volunteers.
As I looked around the audience, David, I noticed the age ranges from the late 20s all the way up into the 60s, perhaps even into the 70s. What is the League of Women Voters doing to attract more younger voters to these types of forums so that they can learn about the process of democracy and their candidates?
Well, you've touched on one of our challenges, Bill, which is that we hold a forum. We're trying to schedule it to fit the candidate's schedule, to figure out when the venue is available. So all of these things go into place. Today is a Friday. It's 3:30 when we started, so many people are working, especially young people. In the past, we've tried to do forums out at the universities, Cal State Channel Islands and California Lutheran University. So we try to get the word out, and we did have some young people here, but it takes somebody that is actually interested in this, and a lot of young people, as you know, Bill, are struggling to take care of the job, take care of the children, get everything going, and so this time of day was difficult, I think.
That makes sense. Now, as I looked around, you were gathering the questions from the audience on 3x5 cards, submitting them, and then asking the candidates those questions, which I thought was a very efficient, very quaint way of doing that. My question to you is, now that we have Facebook, we have Twitter, and some of the new electronic media that's out there, perhaps to address the younger generation, how can we introduce those new forms of communication to this process?
Well, that's a very interesting idea. I guess there's going to be challenges, both pro and con, for something like that, because we don't want to allow a particular party or candidate or even special interest group to flood us, let's say, with Facebook messages and not even show up here. We believe that the audience is the one who should ask the questions. You'll notice we did not have any prepared questions from the League. So we take the questions from the audience and we encourage the candidates to realize that they are answering those people in the audience, and those are the concerns. Bill, you may have seen a couple of times today, I mentioned to the candidates just the number of cards on a particular issue so that they would have a greater understanding of what was really important to the public. And I also tried to balance it. It's unfortunate we can't get all of the questions in. We try and allow an hour and a half for today's forum, and sometimes we just have so many good questions and we can't get them all, and I always apologize to the audience that I can't get them all in.
Well, David, this is the first of several forums that the League of Women Voters is going to be holding. Tell us about the next forum and then other forums that you have planned beyond that.
Well, we're in the planning stages for several other forums. We do intend to hold at least one more, if not 2 more, congressional candidate forums. We're tentatively looking at a date in May in the Thousand Oaks City Council chambers. That has not been finalized yet. The League is also doing some work with the mobile home park in Ventura to host a couple of forums for state senate and supervisors, but the league's individual forums like the one today, we plan to host one for the supervisors in the supervisorial district number 1, which is mainly Ventura, Ojai, and that'll probably be coming up in May. We're also going to take a look at doing forums in Simi Valley. There are a couple of races out there for Congress and Assembly District that stretch out into the Santa Clarita and the High Desert area. So we'll see about trying to find a venue and all that. As you can imagine, Bill, we're a volunteer-based organization. We don't really have much money. So trying to pull it together takes time and resources and volunteers. And we always hope that our candidates will show up. So it's a challenge, and we try to do the best we can. Many of your viewers have probably seen us do forums in the fall when we try to do every city council around the county.
Well, if this forum is any indication of future forums, I'm sure you'll do a wonderful job. My guest has been David Maron. David, if people want to learn more, give that website again, please.
Well, the one to learn about the League of Women Voters is www.lwv, as in League of Women Voters, lwvventuracounty.org. You can also learn more about the various races going on by visiting smartvoter.org, just like it sounds. Bill, thank you very much.
David, thank you so much for being my guest.
You're welcome.